AskReddit. r/AskReddit by Reddify. What is a hoax you're not proud you fell for? I like those comments that go, like this comment or else your whole family dies. Just in case. Like this comment or else your family dies. For those of you who hate your family. Like this comment or else your family lives. I don't know what to do. I signed up for Mars 1. Fortunately I was smart enough to not give them money. Until after I read up fully on their plans. There aren't any. But I still feel stupid for thinking it was real at first and signing up. And let me say it was damn hard to unsubscribe from their newsletters for a while. Is that the one that said they wanted people to do a reality show on Mars? No. It's where they wanted to send a few random people without any actual training to set up a base on Mars. Where they would live there for the rest of their lives. The company had no aerospace connections. No rocketry connections. No official links to NASA or SpaceX or anyone who does anything with space. They didn't even have any sort of plans. And for a while, it was everywhere. The Blair Witch Project. Went to the theater believing it was real. To be fair, they really did push it as a real thing. They even made missing posters and a fake TV doc about it to promote it. I wasn't aware of it until I saw the fake TV documentary. I lived near the area where it was filmed. So it was apparent pretty early on that it was all fake. The legend was made up and they had fake news reporters from fake TV stations. I think they overpromoted it. Back during the golden RuneScape era, classic. Circa 2002/3, I fell for a scam where some people were advertising a beta for a new version, and you had to log into a site that was like 99% similar to the legitimate website to download the beta client. The 1% difference was some grammatical errors and some HTML misalignments, which I found a little unprofessional for Jagex. But hey, maybe their programmers just didn't notice. I was about 12 years old anyways. And was too excited to check out new content, so proceeded. Yay, my account was hacked/compromised, whatever you want to refer to it as. A day later and all my rune swords gone. Lesson learned. Edit clarified some details. Fixed year. So many RuneScape mishaps in this thread. It's easy to trick kids plus. Join the army, you'll go on adventures and it sucks. Join up, see the world. Get stationed 1 hour from where all my family lives. Hahaha. Everyone I know wishes they were you. When I was 19 I found a website that advertised fake IDs and sent $500 of mine and my buddy's money to Netherlands via Western Union. Needless to say, I never got my IDs. Dumb. As someone from the Netherlands, I had no idea people could get away with scams like that so easily. I'd wager most people aren't as dumb as I am. Bonsai kittens. I was a very outraged 11-year-old when I discovered that website. Apparently it was taken down April of this year. I used bonsai kittens as an example of an obvious hoax in a conversation with an ex-boyfriend. Only to learn that until that point he'd believed it was real. He was 18. What the hell is a bonsai kitten? One of my colleagues got a new phone and for a few days texted me random facts about whales. In the style of one of those annoying premium rate services. At the end of every message there'd be something like, to stop these messages reply with stop. So I'd do that. And then get a reply with something like, thank you. You've now upgraded your membership to our silver service. 4 PS 1.99 per day. Then I'd go nuts and reply stop. Again. And receive thanks. You've now upgraded to our gold service. 4 PS 4.99 per day. I actually got so annoyed about it and was so constantly texting stop that I couldn't pretend not to have fallen for it when he came clean. You have subscribed to Cat Facts. Duck, yes. Upgrade that hit. That documentary Mermaids, The Body Found. Because it was broadcasted/made by Animal Planet and Discovery Channel. They did one about dragons too. Pissed elementary school age me the duck off. Still does. Edit. My second biggest comment is about being a pissed off little nerd. It is nice to know I wasn't the only pissed off little nerd though. And hey, despite my trust issues with Animal Planet, I still love the hell out of studying biology and learning more about real dragons. This one got me. I was old enough to know the mermaids one was bull, but this one 12-year-old me was not pleased to see the disclaimer at the end of it saying everything was fake. I too bought No Man's Sky. This comment is procedurally generated in every thread, as is this reply. Back on a social network for young teens. When I was like 14, a friend of mine had a link in her bio to some website of the type put in the names of people you like and your name and we calculate love compatibility. I was hanging around there at 2 AM and out of boredom smashed in my name and the names of the 3 hottest guys in my grade. After hitting the OK button, a screen came up that said haha gotcha. The names of your crushes now have been sent to your friend X via email. I was so embarrassed I actually sent her a message saying how it was not serious and all, and that those guys just randomly came up in my mind, and I didn't like them at all etc. She was not convinced. That is actually pretty smart of her. But still a peen move. Edit, grammar. Connie 2012. I bought a bracelet. In all honesty, the concept itself worked. Just the way it got handled by its founder and the organization was just too corrupt. Imho I reckon, had it been within a more trustworthy organization then it could have been something revolutionary. The Connie guy hadn't been active for 5+ years when the organization started. It was a scam through and through. Last week I called about a job opportunity I saw on Craigslist where the only description provided was that you must have your own car to get to work every day. The guy who answered gave me an address and told me to come in for an interview the following day without even asking for my name. I was mildly skeptical, but figured I'd give it a shot cause I'm broke and need a job. GPS took me to what looked like an abandoned warehouse with junkyard cars scattered around a big parking lot. At the entrance there was a little sign that said office with an arrow toward the building and another handwritten sign saying to park in back. Nope, the duck out of there and reported the Craigslist post to the local police. Edit. Oops. My brain read this at what scam have you fallen for? I'll give you an upvote. But first I'm gonna need you to show up out at the scary old murder cemetery tonight at midnight. Once you get there, simply follow my creepy hand-drawn signs and they'll lead you right to the clown. The clown will escort you through a series of tunnels directly to my office. Please do not antagonize the clown. Is it a real clown or a man dressed in clown's clothing? I said my ice cream tasted funny and my brother asked me if it smelled funny. 5 seconds later I've got ice cream all over my face. Classic. Sold a $50 iTunes gift card on eBay for $40. Buyer asked that I send the code via eBay message. I did. He immediately applied for a chargeback. Joke's on him. I shipped the useless card anyway, and using the tracking number 1 was able to keep my money through PayPal seller protection. Felt like an idiot for falling for it though. You one-upped him. Though. Now eBay knows he is a scammer. Joke's on you. eBay don't care. I was told I would turn into a girl if I didn't eat my vegetables. Joke's on them. I'm still a boy. When I was a little girl my dad told me if I ate the skin off the ham I would get hair on my chest. I used to believe him haha. But the funny thing is that I'm FTM and really do have a hairy chest now. Did you eat the skin on your ham? I was duped by those guys who pull up next to you in traffic and offer to fix body damage on your car for cheap. I had a pretty bad SCApe on my side from brushing against a pillar in a parking garage that was going to cost a lot to fix. This guy honked at me and did his whole spiel which I fell for. Agreed on $200 and once he had a hole drilled in the side he doubled the price. Oh well. A fool and his money are soon parted. Edit. Update, the work was not done well. I learned later that one common trick was a speckle black primer over the grey at the end, so the unevenness of the repair isn't noticeable. This was definitely done to my repair. This particular case was definitely a scam. And not an uncommon one in my area, high populated East Coast region. Though I'm sure there are some legit people who do repairs this way. Cops were never involved, because I honestly didn't know I was being scammed. To be honest, police have a lot more important things to do in my area than protect me from being naive, and didn't realize until later how dumb I was. This happened 10 years ago, and have long since replaced that car, so I just chalk it up as an expensive life lesson at this point. I almost fell for this too. But the car he was driving was kinda beat up, So I reasoned that, if he couldn't fix his car, how the hell was he gonna fix mine? Mechanics' cars are always about to fall apart, because they are able to keep them running way longer than most people would bother. When I was 12, I was really into No Doubt. My dad used to be a DJ when he was in college in the 70s and said he had a radio friend who was friends with Gwen Stefani. Being a naive 12-year-old, I believed it. So I started getting emails from Gwen. This was in 2001 and internet access wasn't great with dial-up. So I would love getting these emails and would tell Gwen all about my parents fighting. They were going through a divorce, bullies at school, and how much my younger sister bugged me. These emails went on until I was 15 and about to start 10th grade. Then the emails suddenly stopped when I had the chance to see her solo in 2005 on her Harajuku Lovers tour. I refused to go because I was angry that she disappeared. My dad says he will tell me the truth about Gwen on my wedding day, but I can say now that I know it was him. And it kills me because Gwen was the person that I most admired as a teenager, and my dad took advantage of that to use info about my mom against her in their divorce. While he is the better parent and did receive full custody of my younger sister and I hate that he took someone I idolized instead of just asking me what was going on. I sort of had the same thing when I was 16. But it was with Dave Grohl. Had been emailing him for months. Met the real Dave Grohl at 17. He told me he had no idea and didn't even use email yet. This was 1996ish. I told him how to set up an email account using those free AOL discs that were everywhere at the time. Gave him my email address. But he never wrote. The fake Dave Grohl I had been writing to turned out to be some kid in Sweden. I mistook the SE at the end of his email for Seattle. This was 1996 BTW. But what year was it? Dad told me there were only like 12 days of the year that people were born on. Absolutely believed him. I was a lot older than I'm willing to admit. You sure he didn't say months? Kind of a weird conversation. Son, your mother and I love you very much. But you have to know that babies can only be born during one of the 12 months. Remember that. Son. Please.